Good morning and welcome to Corbett number 37, Druim Tarsuinn, which literally means the Tarsuinn Ridge. I'm parked on the Mallaig Road, A830, a little pull-in just off of it. It's really wintry, very snowy, looking forward to some good views. So we start the day by following this track which is on the roadside. I'll follow this for a while. Wow, look at them tops. Very wintry, very snowy. I brought my micro spikes today, just in case. It's a bit of a better view of where we're heading. Looks fantastic up there. A lot of deer around, I have to say. I had to put Stan on a lead. Gone bonkers. So we've probably been a mile and a half so far on this track, and it's still rising. I have to say, as tracks go, it's pretty spectacular. These snow-topped mountains around. Look at the backdrop, and that's stunning. Absolutely fabulous. So we've probably been on this track maybe a mile and a half or so. Just gone past a little dam on the burn, and the path's turned into a bit of a stalker's path now, or just about to. So we're going to keep going. Very defined stalker's path. You can see there's a gate in the deer fence there. I think we're going to skirt round this top here, and then we're going to continue following the burn up, so we're not going over that top there. We're following the burn for a while yet. This stalker's path is quite boggy in places. We're still following this burn. We're going to follow it up the glen, and eventually we're going to cross a bigger river eventually, but we'll follow the burn for a while yet. So we've been steadily climbing up the glen ever so gently. Can't actually see the top, it's hidden round the back, but we're going to continue up the glen, as I say, and eventually we're going to veer right. That's probably a couple of miles away yet before we get anywhere near. So we've walked up the glen. We're in a little beelac here, and we're going to drop back down into this glen down here and cross that river if we can find somewhere to cross it, and then we're going to head up to the top, which is over there. So way to go. Yeah, we're approaching the glen bottom now, and the river we've got to cross. To say, it's been rough underfoot, no real path, just making your way as best you can across the glen. So the plan is, once we've crossed that river, is you see the little copse of trees there, little plantation. We're going to go up the left hand side of that, follow it round and pick up the burn, the alt, and we're going to follow the side of that up towards that beelac over there, and then we're going to hang a right over there and head over to the top. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. It's not very deep at all at this stretch I've found. We've come off from that shoulder up there. As I say, it was pretty much pathless, very rough going, and now I'm going to head this way over past that little plantation, and then we'll head up that gully, if you like. So we're following this gully. That's Meal Moor to the left of us, a huge lump. But we're going to follow this gully, and eventually we're going to hang a right behind the high point you can see ahead, and make our way to the summit eventually. Probably another mile or so yet. So that's the beelac over there that we crossed earlier. If you remember, we dropped down quite steeply to cross that river. I've spied that track to the cutting across the glen. I'm going to actually head across to that going back, because we're retracing our steps rather than climbing that horrible bank. that I dropped down. I'm going to veer right going home, but now we're up here. It's been, I don't know if it's pathless or not. Can't see with the snow, so I've been pathless, and I'm at the head of the gully now, nearly, so we might get a view of the top soon. So I've reached this boundary fence, this small beelac. Been a bit of a drag up there, so we're going to head this way. Let's turn right. We're going to head up towards the summit. Yeah, so we're pretty much following this boundary fence now, reached to the summit. So I think that's the first view of the top, just in the clouds up there. This has taken some getting to. So here we are, Druim Tarsuinn. That was quite difficult. There's some big drifts. I was up to my waist several times. Wow, fantastic. So I'm just retracing my steps. I'm almost back at that beelac, the fence the first time, and I'm going to hang a left and drop down that steep grassy descent. Yeah, so I've decided to retrace my steps, follow my footsteps as it were in the snow, because I've found where all the big holes are coming up, rather than doing a potential loop. So here we are, grassy steep bank, heading down to the glen at the bottom to cross the river. Come on, come on, good lad. So crossing the river, a bit lower down, and I'm going to make my way up to that path there, which will cut round back to the original path. The bird's eye view earlier, that just looks a bit easier. There you go, there's the river. I've nipped up here, I've got to this gate and this path. This path takes me to the other path that I was on earlier this morning, which will take us back to the car. So I recommend this way rather than the way I came, which was pretty much straight down the steep bank. So here we are back at the beelac, just about to drop down the glen on the Stalker's path. Now I reckon it's about 4 miles back to the car from here. It must be 4 miles, so over an hour. So back on the Land Rover track, that was a dam. So I'm about a mile and a half maybe from the car.